Imagine you're at a friend's house in the US and you notice a wobbly chair. You say, "Oh, you should call someone to fix that." And your friend just smiles and says, "Nah, I'll get to it this weekend." That moment right there is a tiny cultural earthquake. Welcome to Speak Like a Native. I'm Maya.
And I'm Leo. Let's get into it. So, Maya, are you saying it's rude to suggest calling a professional?
Not rude, Leo, but it can make you sound like you don't get it, like you're not part of the club. In many parts of the world, calling a skilled tradesperson a guy is the normal, responsible thing to do. But in mainstream American culture, there's a huge amount of pride and social value placed on being able to do things yourself. It's not just about saving money, it's about independence, capability, and a kind of pioneer spirit.
A pioneer spirit? Like building your own log cabin?
Well, maybe not that extreme for most of us, but think about it. The self made person is a huge American ideal. That extends to your home, your car, your stuff. Being handy is a compliment. Saying I'm not very handy is almost an apology. So when you immediately jump to call a guy, it can subtly imply that the person isn't capable or resourceful, even if that's not your intention at all.
Wow, okay. So, what should someone say instead if I see that wobbly chair?
Great question. You could say something like, "That looks like an easy fix," or "Is that something you're planning to tackle?" It shows you assume they could do it. Or even better, you could offer to help. "Hey, need an extra hand with that sometime?" That's a fantastic way to bond. Now, here's the part that surprises most people. This DIY culture has created a whole special vocabulary, words and phrases that are super common here but might not be in your textbook.
Like what?
Okay, let's start with the big one, DIY. It's pronounced DIY as letters. It's a DIY project. Everyone says it. Then describing someone, "He's really handy," or "She's good with her hands." That means they're skilled at fixing and building. The opposite is all thumbs. "I'm all thumbs when it comes to wiring" means I'm clumsy. I'll probably break it.
I feel like I'm all thumbs sometimes. What about the stuff you use?
Perfect. You have your tools, but more specifically, a toolbox. I need to get my toolbox. The place you buy stuff is a hardware store, not a tools shop. The big chains are Home Depot, Lowe's. People spend hours there on a Saturday just browsing. It's a hobby. And the little things you buy are supplies or materials. I need to pick up some supplies for the bathroom project.
Okay, so hardware store, supplies, got it. What about the action? What do you say you're gonna do?
You don't usually say, "I will repair it." That sounds formal. You say, "I'm going to fix it," or "I need to patch that hole." Tackle is a great word. "I'm going to tackle the garage this weekend" means I'm going to deal with that big, messy job. Or put together for furniture. "I have to put together this new bookshelf." And if it's a small, quick job, it's a quick fix. Let's try a real-life scenario, Leo. Imagine I'm your neighbor. You see me carrying a big ladder. What do you say?
Hello, Maya. That looks heavy. Do you need help?
Good start. Friendly. But to sound like you're in on the culture, you could add, "What are you working on?" or "Got a project going." That shows immediate understanding and interest.
What are you working on? Okay. And if you said, oh, just cleaning the gutters.
Then I might say, "Ugh, that's a chore. Good luck." Or "I need to do mine too." It creates a connection. Now, in a few minutes, Leo is going to make the exact mistake many learners make when they try to translate this idea directly from their own language. Stay with us. First, let's talk about why this is such a big deal. It's deeper than home repair. It's about problem solving. In American workplaces, being a self-starter who can figure things out is prized. That DIY mentality translates. Saying "I'll figure it out" or "let me try to troubleshoot this" is professional and respected. It's the opposite of immediately escalating a problem to someone else.
So it's like a life philosophy?
In a way, yes. It's about agency, control over your environment. Now, let's get into some common mistakes. A big one comes from languages where using a professional service is the default polite or high-status choice. For example, many learners from East Asian cultures might say something very polite like, "You should hire a qualified professional for such an important task." In the US context, that can sound oddly formal and can even imply the task is beyond the homeowner's skill level, which might be taken as a slight.
Oh, I see. So it's about the assumption.
Exactly. Another common error is the phrase we hinted at: I will call a guy, or I know a guy. This is a direct translation from many languages. In American English, a guy is very vague and informal. It can sound dismissive of the skill involved. If you are going to hire someone, you'd be more specific. I'm calling a plumber, or I need to find a good electrician, or even, I'm going to have a professional look at it. A guy makes it sound like some random person, not a skilled tradesperson.
What about the word repairman? You used it in the intro.
Good catch. Repairman is a bit old-fashioned and generic. It's not wrong, but it's not as common as the specific trade. You hear appliance repair technician more now, but in daily talk, people just say the plumber, the electrician, the HVAC guy. Okay, sometimes we do say guy when it's a specific known person. Language is messy. The key is the automatic assumption to do it yourself first. Let's practice. I'll set a scene. Your coworker Mark is complaining that his kitchen faucet is leaking. What do you say?
I could say, that's annoying. Are you going to try to fix it yourself?
Perfect. That's the spirit. You assume he might. He might say, yeah, I watched a YouTube video on it. Seems straightforward. Or he might say, no, I'm all thumbs with plumbing. I have to call someone. And that's fine. The point is, you gave him the cultural out to be the capable DIYer first. Another scene. Your friend shows you her new patio furniture that comes in a giant flat box.
I'd say, wow, that's a big project. When are you going to put it together?
Excellent use of put it together. Natural. Now, here's a relatable mistake for a laugh. When I first moved to the US, I needed a shelf. I went to the store and saw a beautiful, expensive, pre-assembled one. My American friend looked at me and said, why would you buy that? You can build one for a quarter of the price. I thought, build one? With what? Magic. I didn't own a single tool. I had no concept of just building furniture. It was a total cultural blind spot.
So what did you do?
I bought the expensive shelf. But later I learned, and my first I built this myself project was a tiny crooked birdhouse. I was so proud. That feeling of pride is universal in the US. People will show you the deck they built, the tile they laid, the fence they painted. It's a point of conversation. So, when you're talking to Americans, asking about home projects is a great small talk topic. Done any projects around the house lately? It's like asking about their hobby.
That's a great tip. So it's a social entry point.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about the limits. Obviously, not everything is DIY. For major electrical work, serious plumbing, structural changes, people hire professionals. The cultural rule is, you try the things within your skill and safety zone first. And there's no shame in hiring for the big stuff. The phrase you often hear is, it's beyond my skill level, or that's a job for a pro. So the idea isn't to be reckless, it's to be resourceful. If you want more real English lessons that decode these hidden cultural rules, make sure you're subscribed to Speak Like a Native. We drop new lessons every day to help you sound natural and confident. Now, Leo, it's your turn. I want you to respond to this situation. I say to you, ugh, my car is making a weird noise.
Okay, I could say, that's no good. Do you think it's something you can check yourself, or do you need to take it to a mechanic?
Yes. Perfect balance. You offered the DIY option first. Tech yourself, and then the professional option per mechanic. That sounds completely native. You didn't jump straight to, you must go to a mechanic immediately. You gave agency. That's the key. Let's do one more. I say, I'm thinking of repainting my bedroom.
I'd say, oh, fun. That's a good weekend project. What color are you thinking?
Beautiful. You called it a weekend project, which is a classic DIY framing. And you moved the conversation to the fun part, the color. You're a natural, Leo. So, for our listeners, today's single memorable takeaway is this. Swap you should call someone for, is that something you can tackle? It instantly makes you sound more culturally aware and connected. It shows you understand the value of self-reliance.
And it's a great way to start a conversation.
Exactly. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into American DIY culture. Remember, it's not about being a master carpenter, it's about the mindset. I'm Maya.
And I'm Leo. Keep practicing, and we'll see you in the next one.